So, in a game where the Chiefs absolutely needed to win to keep the division and the wild card close, the Chiefs lose in Denver, dropping their fifth game of the season as all five of their losses have been one-possession games. Kansas City is now in a peril position, which is crazy to say, but that is where they find themselves right now at 5-5. Winning the division, that is a long shot. Denver would have to absolutely collapse, and I don't think that's happening. On the other hand, when you look at the three wildcard teams right now, the Bills, the Chargers, and the Jaguars all have wins already against Kansas City. So that puts Kansas City behind the eight ball quite a lot right now. The Bills are making the playoffs. Again, unless there's some insane, unexpected collapse, the Bills are making the playoffs. The Chargers and the Jaguars, one of those two teams might fall out. And if I had to bet who, I would say the Chargers. I know the Jaguars are inconsistent. They're up and down. You can't really get a good read on that football team. But the Chargers, I think that team is on a downward spiral right now. Those offensive line injuries are starting to catch up to the team. And it's taking a toll on Justin Herbert and the rest of that offense. Look, I'll say this right now. The Chiefs have been written off before. They were written off when they were down 24-0 in a playoff game back in 2020. And then a year later in 2021, they get off to that slow start and they were written off. Nobody thought they'd make the playoffs. They were in overtime away from the Super Bowl. March of 2022, the Chiefs trade Tyreek Hill. Nobody thought the Chiefs would have success ever again. And a year later in 2023, when the Chiefs had all the drops, that was considered a down year. So the Chiefs have been written off so many times. Look, they've overcome 3 10-point deficits in the Super Bowls that they've won with this core group. So this Chiefs team, have they earned the benefit of the doubt in the past? Yeah. Given what they've proven to us and how they've overcome things, they've certainly earned the benefit of the doubt. The problem is going into Denver, that game, the Chiefs were viewed as a team with little room for error. And because the Chiefs lost this game, the margin for error just got even smaller. Kansas City has to go damn near perfect the rest of the season. And that's just being completely honest here. I doubt the Chiefs went out and go 12-5. 10-7, that's probably the most realistic scenario, but I highly doubt that's going to get you a wild card spot. 11-6, I think that will get you a wild card spot. And there's only one loss you can afford, and it would have to be Dallas, since that's a non-conference game. Not that I think any Chiefs fan wants to lose on Thanksgiving, but if you're going to drop a game, it might as well be the non-conference game. But moving forward, this Kansas City Chiefs football team, they put themselves in a really bad spot. They've lost a lot of close games. All 5 of their losses are one-score games. And when you see what they've been doing, they overcomplicate a lot of things. On 3rd and long, defensively, they're not able to get a stop. On 3rd and short, they make it seem like it's the most difficult thing any football team's ever had to endure. This football team has the talent to go on a big run here, but they've got to play well as a unit, and right now that's not happening on the field. I think if you're Andy Reid, if you're Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, any part of this leadership group, you've got to start holding yourselves accountable, start holding your teammates accountable, because this team right now has no room for error. And they're overcomplicating a lot of things on the field. It's doable, but there is a tiny margin for error. And that is a scary thought as a playoff race heats up going into the final few weeks of the season.